Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Arcade Tokens podcast. We are the Arcade Tokens. I am the Anomaly, Will Ferro.
Cleo Thomas, okay, Mr. Slick Living.
Patrick Cloud.
And of course, we have a lot to discuss. Of course, this is October, so this is the Halloween spectacular month for the Arcade Tokens, and so we definitely want to keep it Halloween-esque when we are talking here on the podcast for this month. And what better way than to talk about probably one of the biggest video game franchises, and also in that whole horror Halloween genre, Resident Evil. But this information, though, was brought to us by, I guess, the Green Ranger, because Cleo is not here. So if the Green Ranger, if he could you let us know a little bit about what's going on and new in Resident Evil?
Let's talk about it, man. Look, those Resident Evil movies, they made a lot of money. The originals. All right, Mila Jovovich was the lead character of all of those Resident Evil films. She was originally in. I can't do this. Fuck this shit.
I wonder how long he's been.
Whew. All right, I was sweating underneath there. Goddamn. Goddamn, how the hell did Tommy do it all those years? All right. So the Resident Evil films, of course, Mila Jovovich, which many of you may remember from a film called The Fifth Element. She went on to be the lead character in a couple of Resident Evil films that did not even follow the lore of the video games, which was really disappointing to young fans like myself and my brother, who actually went to the theater to watch the Resident Evil movie. These films got several installments in the story. I think it went all the way up to like maybe 4 or 5. They made 1.2 billion worldwide. So they were making money for sure. But it's good to know that they've actually went ahead and decided to reboot the entire franchise when it comes to the films. And they recently announced the cast. And I'm talking Leon Kennedy. I'm talking Chris Redfield. I'm talking Jill Valentine. They went and casted those characters, so that means we will be getting a film that is more in line with the video game lore. As we see, we got Tom Hopper playing Albert Wesker, which is a fan favorite for sure. We got Avon Joga playing Leon S. Kennedy, which is a surprise casting, but I'm good with this casting.
I see the slick back. Yeah.
No, I do see
For
it
sure.
too.
This guy is an amazing actor. I think the most recent project I seen him in was Zombieland 2. He was the hippie guy who with the guitar who was like trying to get into old girl's pants.
Yeah.
In my opinion, this guy could have also been Jafar. No BS. I would have preferred him as to play Jafar.
I see
he
it.
for sure could have
With this
pulled that off,
mustache,
man.
I see it. Yeah.
Great actor. So we got him as a one more time.
I was gonna say we can go back real quick just because I know we were giving him his props. Back to the first one, Ken Hopper. So Tom Hopper. He's playing Albert Wesker. For those that don't know, that is actually he's also in the Umbrella Academy. He plays number 1 in Netflix Umbrella Academy.
For sure. So Albert Wesker, we will have an on-screen representation for him. Let's keep it going. We got Leon S. Kennedy, a fan favorite, of course, from the Resident Evil. I want to say 4 is the game where he really shined. You know, we're introduced to him in Resident Evil 2.
Yeah.
He's the rookie cop. He shows up in Raccoon City, and shit has already happened. It's already a shit show there. But he really shines in Resident Evil 4. I feel that's when you really get the chance to take on this character. Of course, we have Jill Valentine.
Great.
Jill Valentine gets casted by Hannah John Kamen.
She played Ghost in Ant-Man 2, the main villain in the Ant-Man 2.
For sure, I'm down for that.
Everything that's her.
She has beautiful eyes, bro. Like, can we go back for a second to see that? Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, she's been in a few things, man. She's a very good actress. Like, she's been in Black Mirror and a few other. Like, she's a very good actress. So I can see her being pulling off Jill Valentine's kind of like tough exterior, especially being like a detective and stuff like that for Star. I can very much see her being in that dominant type of male stature of like Raccoon's police department before everything goes to shit.
Is Hannah gonna be able to get away from Nemesis? Is all I'm saying. Does she have the Nemesis?
Yes.
Bro, we've only talked about 3 or 4 people, and everyone's like, all right, already. So Nemesis, let's talk about it. God damn, let us get through the cast first.
I just need to know, is she getting away from Nemesis? Does she have?
Damn it.
She has the capability to get thrown through a wall by Nemesis and play it off very well. Yes.
She looks confident in this pitch, I'll tell you that much.
Yes.
Yeah, that smirk.
she looks like her roll game is very finessing. Like,
Yeah, that quick dodge roll, she got it.
she looked like she's very good at it.
Does she have the 3-point pivot like Jill did in Resident Evil 3?
Oh, the tank control. Oof, we gotta love it.
All right, let's keep
Next up, Kaya Scodelario playing Claire Redfield. You may be familiar with her from The Maze Runner, Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man Tell No Tales. Yeah, we got her playing Claire, and she's another actress coming off of the. Wait, no, she's not. Never mind, she's not
No,
from
that's
the.
not her. Yeah,
Nope, but they're just saying that they're tying her into the Umbrella Corporation because of what's in this game, obviously.
Yeah.
So what we got next? Robbie Amell, the cousin of Stephen Amell, many of you may know from the Arrow series on the CW. He's going to be playing the one and only Chris Redfield. This character is legendary within the Resident Evil lore. I think he debuts in the very first one, and he's seen a few iterations of his own. I think Resident Evil 5 or 6.
But five was his fourth one for sure. 5 was the one that's he's. I mean, that's the co-op one, but he for sure is the main guy. In fact, that's the same design they give you in Marvel's Capcom 3. It's his Resident Evil 5 like attire. So that's the one that I feel people of the next generation remembers him from.
For sure.
Yep.
Shout out to Chris Redfield. Shout out to Robbie Amell. And Neil McDonough playing William Birkin. I have had the opportunity and the pleasure to work with Neil in the film Walking Tall. He was the Rock's antagonist in that film. They were old school rivals.
Going crazy right now.
One more time?
Kadeem, your mic is going crazy.
Oh, Kadeem's mic.
Yeah, it's the construction in the background.
There we go. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, Neil McDonough playing William Birkin, which is, of course, the scientist who's usually behind the T virus, the G virus, the R virus, the Q virus, the V. Of course, everyone remembers the, M virus. Everyone remembers what happened with that. So to see Neil McDonough taking on this role, I'm really excited for him. Neil's an incredible actor. It's just how he looks. You can only assume he's a bad guy. He can't be a good guy.
He can't.
I got villain face.
Yeah, man.
He's been in like everything you can think of, just like if it's a main villain, if it's something of just even like a small subsidiary villain, he just always takes whatever he's in. Like every time you see him, you're just like, dude, you in this show too. So just to be the guy that is the one that is not saying he's responsible for the T virus, but potentially whatever's going in there, this is just going to be amazing.
So, quick thing, I would like to see Neil potentially casted in the upcoming season of The Boys as potentially a clone for Homelander. Maybe a clone that didn't really work out. I'm down for that. Just want to throw that out there. Just want to throw that out there. No, don't you give nothing away. Don't you say nothing, Will.
No, I'm not giving nothing away. I'm not giving nothing away. Or it's the first Homelander.
It's Soldier Boy.
That's it right there.
That's Soldier Boy.
That's it right there. Oh, all right.
Amazon Studios, if you're listening, that's what we want.
If Neil McDonough is Soldier Boy, oh my God, that'd be fire.
I'm in.
That'd be fire.
Crap. I thought you were making a metaphor to the rapper.
No. Sorry, Pat. No, there's a character.
I remember them talking about that.
Yes. But if that's him, that'd be fire.
I'm in.
Low-key Soldier Boy he's a pioneer in rap, and he did start a lot of things,
He did.
You see the connection. You see the connection there. That's a fly one to bring up. So yeah, man, I think that's the end of the cast list, right, Kadeem?
Yeah, that is.
Okay, perfect. So, yeah, man, this is really exciting news for us as fans of the video game franchise, for us to be getting a reboot of the entire, film lore of it. I'm excited for that because we saw it already. We saw them go through with the Alice thing with Mila Jovovich. It had nothing to do with our video games, although they did bring Nemesis to the screen in one of them. I'm not sure which one it was. And, for them to be making 1.2 billion worldwide, whatever budget they cleared to bring Nemesis to life, it really didn't look good. So I don't know how you really make Nemesis look good on screen other than CGIing it maybe instead.
Oh, there's so much.
Yeah.
So much you could do with Nemesis.
They went real prosthetics for the one that we saw. Have you guys ever seen it? Did you guys ever see the live action?
Stars.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't a good look for nobody. But other than that, man, I'm in for it. Will, Pat, how you guys feeling?
I'm enjoying it. I did get a little bit confused because I know that Netflix is also doing something with Resident Evil that had to do with I think Alex, the head of the Umbrella Corporation, and his children. And so Not to disrespect anybody on this roster, but they are very TV famous. So I immediately thought this was the cast for the Netflix show, but it's actually for the movie. But I'm actually also glad to know that because all of these actors are really good. So to see them as main stars in this reboot is very much enticing for me. So I can't wait to see like how they do it. I hope it really gets back to it being more scary than kind of like what they were leading into to be more action. I want this to kind of be like horror. Like when the first one was scary to me, if I'm just being honest. Like with Michelle Rodriguez, that shit was creepy as hell to watch at night.
I agree. I was actually pretty disappointed when I saw the first few Resident Evil, just because of, like you guys said, how much it wasn't like the video game. And I feel like, especially at that age, I wanted to see the movie because the game was so hard to get through between difficulty and how scary it was. So, I feel like it was a very odd choice. I feel like video games just did not get their respect until recently. For some reason, they just assumed that nothing would work. But I'm so happy that Leon and Chris Redfield and like all of these characters are in there now. I feel like if like Will said, if they can go dark with it and make it like really really scary, then I feel like this can't not be dope.
And I think too, you can also thank folks like ourselves and superhero movies that actually now us going like, hey, if you're gonna make these movies, stick to the lore. Like don't give us like this BS, because like how you said, like with Resident Evil, X-Men, like even like with Spider-Man, like you took a lot of like the elements we want to see and you you made it Hollywood, and it's like, yo, that's not what we want. If you're gonna, we love these characters. If you're gonna take it, make it into what we would like to see. And so now I think because of how they've been doing with like Marvel and DC, video games are now starting to get their respect. Like Tomb Raider. I enjoyed the Tomb Raider live action version. I thought that was great.
You look at Mortal Kombat, right? There's a part I think in the very first Mortal Kombat where I think Shang Tsung says flawless victory, and I was just like, but they both hit each other. I remember that as a kid being like, why did he say flawless victory?
Yeah.
So even that small detail is something that as fans we're like, yo, what the? We don't appreciate that. So boom, there was that. Of course, we remember what happened with the Street Fighter movie. Let's not even talk about that. It's okay. You know.
I just thought about this.
What's up?
Sonya didn't even finish him.
She broke his neck.
No. Remember, she said, "Wait, who did she fight? Who got the black dude? Who the black dude fight and got his soul taken?
Liu Kang.
Didn't he say finish him too?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it was Liu Kang that didn't get finished. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Continue.
The flawless victory thing always bothered me from the original. So it's just small details like that as video game fans, and you're bringing it over to the films, you can't do that. You can't. So I think I agree with you, Will, that they are now understanding the fact that when you cross this over, yo, give what we know. Give us exactly what we signed up for. Yeah. So with this cast being, revealed, and I believe they said this is going to tell the story of 1 and 2 together. So they're going to combine the stories from maybe the mansion and Raccoon City actually happening simultaneously. Wow. Mm-hmm. So I'm excited to know about that, man.
Yeah, so it's supposed to be Claire Redfield and Chris Redfield in the mansion. That's where we're supposed to start off. And then in Raccoon City, that's where we're introduced to Jill and Leon. And go ahead.
I was gonna say also, of course we got William Birkin, which is the second one, but not many people know that Resident Evil 2 and 3 are actually happening simultaneously in the storyline as well. So Jill being there, Jill being in the character in the cast makes sense because of course she's actually around during when 2 is going on. So they cast it right for all the characters they got in order to tell the stories of 1 and 2. So I'm actually pretty nice. It's pretty nice to see that they actually got everyone kind of already casted for all the main characters.
Fact.
Which makes sense.
Yep.
So Leon and Jill are just gonna be in the police station the entire movie.
Probably not. They'll figure out something cool to give us, man. Yo, that's even crazier. It's like, yo, because we played the game, so what exactly are we asking for the lore of Resident Evil 1 and 2 to be brought to the screen? And I think it is of course, a survival film, but also like the thriller aspect of like around every corner is certain death because of zombies.
That
Like,
or just
we're
the,
not seeing
just the
liquors, I'm
moments.
assuming.
Well,
What?
no, not
You
just
can see
that
liquors,
though.
but go ahead.
Yeah, but not just that too. You also have the chaoticness of everything that's going on. If it is even chaotic, because also like with this, like you have the espionage thing like this. Because if Albert Wesker is in here, then that means this is already in motion. So like, what are they doing? Like even in the movie, like will we start to see more of inside Umbrella Corporation and stuff? So there is a lot of lore that they don't really give us, or that they gave us in the movie, which is kind of like zombies attacked. This was why, because of T virus. Like, hopefully they'll let us know. Like, we already know all of that stuff. So kind of do like how you did Spider-Man. Kind of put us in the shit already. Give us a little things about like we already know who Umbrella is, and like let's get into the shit.
There it is. I'm excited. So
Yeah.
let's roll it out. Seeing Albert Wesker, being played by Tom Hopper. I'm with that. I'm
Yeah.
with that. I'm
A
with that.
young Albert. Oh man, I can't wait to see like how he turned psychotic. Same thing with Leon. I can't wait to see that. Jill Valentine, just the whole crew. So this is gonna be dope. But
Yeah.
as we said, we want to keep this Halloween based. So we're gonna start moving forward into the podcast. We're gonna want to start talking a little bit more about these Halloween icons. If you saw our previous episode, we were talking about which horror icons deserve a video game, and we wanted to kind of keep going at that aesthetic. But of course, this is Pat bringing this to us with something a little bit interesting. So, Pat, if you wouldn't mind cueing us in, the floor is yours.
Thank you. All right. So, as you know, we have a new show coming out called Crisis Loadout, and it is a survival game in which you have to use the limited supplies that are given to you and your wit to think of some type of story using the items that you pick, just to, like, and convince everybody else that you would survive said situation. So since we are talking about survival with Resident Evil and it is the Halloween season, I want to know your guys' survival strategy on 3 levels of, classic Halloween murderous villain. How would you escape each situation? Okay, so for the first level, you are exactly where you're at. Don't worry about, saving anybody else. Just assume that everybody is dead.
Okay.
For the first level, you are actually up against not only Jason,
Shit.
but Mike Myers.
Damn it.
All right. They are both trying to get into wherever you are right now, and you have to use 3 things in your room, in wherever you are at, and you have to come up with some type of strategy on how you would stay alive, and convince me in the comments that you would stay alive longer than the other person.
Okay, I got one question.
Yes.
Are they in unison on killing me? Like, are they trying to both get to me, or are they like, yo, we tag team killing again?
No tag team, because I just feel like everybody else is dead and they both want you dead. So they both got their own strategies, their own motives. They're not saying, yo, you flank them, all that stuff.
Gotcha. Okay.
So choose your items one at a time. And at the end of at the end of this, we should have 2 somewhat solid stories, and we'll see who would live longer. Remember,
I'd like to go first.
Jason and Michael Myers are both invincible.
Yep.
They both have a very they just love the stabbing. Like just
machetes and butcher knives and axes.
Knives, axes. If it's sharp, he wants to put it in you. Pause. So, however you want to say that.
Yep.
Now, keep in mind, I know that Jason's like, he has like a whole water thing, but you're not in Camp Crystal Lake. This is where you're at in Los Angeles. Does anybody have somewhat of an idea what their first item would be? Will?
I have a metal chain in here. Don't ask why I have it, but I have a metal chain in here. That would be my first one. Yeah, a metal chain.
So, like, how big we talking? Like, are you talking about like how bad guys used to like attack people in the 50s?
Right, with the lockpick. It's about that. It's about that size. Yeah, to be honest, it's actually about that size. Yeah. So I would say like a lockpick for a bike with the chain wrapped around it. So I have that.
I feel like that'd be useful.
Yeah. So that's my first one.
Okay, Cleo, you got your first one yet?
I have more of a strategy already, so I'm trying to figure out how do I break down what I'm doing / giving you the item list.
Yeah.
You know, there's one way in and one way out of where I'm at right now.
Oh, yikes.
But I'm up high. I'm in a high building.
Okay.
So only way, if they're coming through that front door, all I have an option is just the balcony. That's all I got.
Can you reach any other balconies?
Yes, I could.
Okay.
I have my strategy as well.
So the first thing, I'll just give you my strategy, Pat. I hear banging on the front door.
Okay.
I look on the news.
Wait. Choose your items first,
Okay.
Yeah.
and then give your strategy and how you would use those items.
So
Okay,
while you think of that, I'll give my other two items.
Cool.
I have a lighter, not a big lighter, the one that you can flick. I don't know what you call it. I don't know what they call it.
The gas ones?
Yeah, like the ones that can kind of stay lit
Okay.
and stuff for a while. That and then a stove.
A stove?
Yes.
The stove. That was my, yeah.
A chain, a lighter, and the stove.
Yes.
Now, keep in mind, you could probably, because stove isn't really an item, you could probably do whatever you're thinking about without using the stove as an item. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Like,
Yeah. Okay. So
three
because I
things
didn't.
that you can carry. So you
Okay.
have chain and lighter.
Got you. That's why I was like, I didn't know if stove counted as one if it did. Okay. So if I have that, I am going to go with last a knife.
Kitchen knife?
Yeah. Kitchen.
Okay. Okay. Nice.
I'm going bat,
Okay. Metal or wood?
metal,
Okay.
metal bat. I'm going lighter. It's very important. It's crazy, but it's very important you have fire. So I'm going lighter.
Mark.
And for my own personal survival, and I'm sure Pat can agree with me on this, I need my inhaler.
Interesting. Okay. Because
Or I'm dead any goddamn way.
That's
I'm dead
facts.
regardless. So it's my personal survival at a task here. I want my inhaler.
you imagine being the last person alive and you get away from the killers but die of asthma?
Right.
That'd be crazy. All right. Now, question. With the bat, were you thinking of just having a blunt instrument to like break glass and stuff that you need, or as a weapon? Because I don't know how effective a bat would be against Mike or Jason.
Yeah. I was thinking more of a weapon to defend myself in any capacity.
Okay.
I gotta have something. I'm not barehanded. Like there's a part in which movie? I think it's in one of the Jason movies where there's a guy boxing him on top of a roof and is literally swinging on Jason. Barehanded, just body shot, uppercut. Like
There's got to be something else.
Do you want me to pull up the clip? Do you want
throw the clip when you get a chance, Kadeem. So
I'll get the
I'm not throwing hands with these guys. They walk through fire. You could hit them with a car. They're still gonna walk right through that. So you can't throw hands with these evil guys. So your only option is to just delay potentially them getting their hands on you.
On the contrary, sir, that's for your skinny, bad back built ass. Me, I'm
I gotta
built
throw my
like a
back
wrestler.
into it, Will.
I'm built like a wrestler. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have went for the.
Don't you got a bad knee?
Pause. No. Not for like that could take me out fighting wise. No.
Okay, all right.
But here's the thing: I'm not about to go a whole like the dude fighting Jason. I just know I got enough to where I can be like, if he's coming with the knife, I know I can at least do that. I'm not about to like, come on.
They kind of strong though. They like superhuman strength.
They are, but I also like how he's about to pull up the clip with Jason. There's another one with Michael where he went toe to toe with a black dude in the bathroom, and he was giving the work to Michael. And if Michael didn't have that knife, he might have lost. In the Rob Zombie Halloween, he was giving that dude the hand. So I'm just saying, like, I know they got a lot of physical strength, but I'm banking on at least enough to be able to kind of push. No, this shit. I'm not gonna make that. They'll hit me one time, I'll probably be out. But I got enough to get some. Come on, let's do this.
I got the clip ready. Y'all ready for the clip?
Yeah,
show the clip. This is what's gonna happen to Will fucking around trying to get hand-to-hand combat.
He your size. Don't do that to me. He's your size.
Look at this. Look at
that is Cleo in 1993.
He's really coming up on him.
That's a small ass Jason. Jason got some weak forearms.
It's like after the fourth hit, if he's not blocking, I don't know what's about to happen.
You know there was niggas in the theaters back then, like, yeah, nigga.
This is what
looking at him.
This as well too is what I'm also banking on because
God,
he's letting him do this.
The chest hits is hilarious.
That's fucked up.
He's just looking at him.
It's only a 2-minute
like,
clip. We got another minute. Hold on, just keep watching.
Here's my thing though. At that point, just like tackle him.
You gave him everything he got, fellas.
Is he nowhere near the ledge?
Not working. Jesus.
And this also might be a regular guy. He ain't even a boxer. He ain't got no form, no nothing.
It's so many. It's like a 5-hit combo.
He let him legit give him everything he got.
I'd have just grabbed him and throw him off. We're gonna die together. Let's go.
Give her a shot. Motherfucker.
Okay, so he punched his head off. Yeah.
There you go. Just had to pull up the clip.
So once again, no squaring up, but
No.
No, Will, dog, nothing you said. No.
Nah. That nigga's your side. Pull up Rob Zombies and Michael Myers getting into, and
you are underestimating everything, Will. Everything right now.
Listen, I just need 3 seconds. I'm not trying to go 30 seconds with him. For my plan to work, and I don't even need to be doing that for my plan to work. I'm just saying if an audible gotta be called, it's gonna be needed.
Super. See, confidence can get you killed. Having too much confidence can definitely get you killed. Because you just watched him take a 30-hit punch, a 30-hit combo from a grown man, regardless of how he was built, and then he punched the other person's head off. Took 0 damage. I'm sorry. That is superhuman strength. You ain't wrestling with him, Will.
First of all, don't equate people's strength, but that's like you just saying like, oh, the same shit would happen to The Rock. No, that could have been a whole nother situation.
The Rock is strong as hell. If he used all his might all day, he would never punch somebody's head off.
You don't know that.
The world's strongest man would never punch somebody's head off.
But giving him hands though, that's what I'm saying. All you gotta do is not get hit.
Oh my God.
Play this clip.
Dog, okay, I'm gonna let this play.
So I'm gonna say, I present to you Big Joe Grizzly from Halloween.
That man wearing one of Pat's rings.
Hey, buddy, just give you a heads up. I got a Taco Deluxe Supreme talking back at me, so I'm gonna be a while. So, do you mind waiting somewhere else and let me pass this beast in peace?
Great voice.
He was a dad on Kenan and Kel.
Sure was.
Look, brother, if you're looking for some kind of action, you better take it on the arches before I'm done dropping this load. or you gonna be one sorry a-hole.
Yeah.
I see. What we got here is failure to communicate. You just hold on, Daisy.
Damn.
I've got something for you. Let me introduce myself. I'm Joe Grizzly, bitch. I'm gonna
Yeah,
cut that
Freddy
mask
Krueger
right
right
off
now.
your face.
Without that knife.
Will,
that knife.
Will,
Are you
stop!
serious?
He got manhandled
My
for a
confidence-
whole 40 seconds.
My
He threw
confidence is
one
easy.
punch.
That's all I need. That one punch. That's all I need for my
Are
plan to
you
work.
serious?
Yep. For
That
my
was
plan
was
to
that
work.
really the scene you were talking about?
Yes.
I knew that was the scene he was talking about. I was just like, well, I don't remember that scene
Nope.
going the way you're talking about.
Nope. That's all I need. I just need that
Horrible
millisecond.
example.
Nope.
You
I
just
didn't even
pulled up
explain my scenario yet. Okay. Let me explain my scenario
It has
first.
nothing to do with your scenario. Your thinking made no sense.
Listen.
That was not the clip I was expecting to see. All right.
Listen, y'all seen what I done to the laptop. So just
I'm
keep
Joe
that in mind.
Grizzly, bitch.
Joe Grizzly was about to put them paws on him, and he
About-
stabbed him because he knew he didn't want that smoke.
It was his knife. It was Joe Grizzly's knife.
Right. That man cheated. He knew he didn't want to catch the fade with him. Joe Grizzly's about to knock him the fuck out. And I stand by that.
Well, Pat, Will's survival story ain't going past the introduction, dog, of the villain.
Y'all don't even know what I'm doing. Don't do me like that. Don't even know that. Explain your situation. Explain your scenario.
I'm out. I'm not fighting with these niggas. I'm not doing nothing. I'm out. I'm out. I'm on the top floor. I'm tying towels, blankets, sweatshirts, anything I can tie together in the next minute and a half after moving the couch, the table, the toys, everything to the front of that door to try to make sure they can't get in. Whatever I can do to delay them as much as possible. All I got to make it down to is maybe the second or third floor from where I'm at. I'll risk the jump, and I'm out.
Where are you gonna go? How are you gonna stay away from him?
They way up top now. All I gotta do is run.
So you have a way to get to the bottom floor from your balcony?
I'm tying blankets, towels, sweaters, whatever, in the longest thing I can tie.
You're not doing that in the time they finna bust through that door. No, you're
I got
not.
a minute and 10 seconds max. All I gotta do is make it down 2 floors. I'll take the broken ankle if I can drop down 2 floors. I'll take
Okay,
that.
so break this down to me. Your heart rate is up right now. You're panting, and you mean to tell me you finna tie enough towels and bed sheets together to go to your balcony, tie it to the balcony, hop over the balcony, get yourself steady enough so it don't break, and you mean to tell me you finna climb down all of that time in 2 minutes before they bust through the door and come?
Notice how I gave the caveat of there's no way I'm tying enough to make it to ground level. So if I can get to just 2 floors up from the ground, I'll take that risk. But
So
I'm
what
not
you-
standing in a hallway with a knife, Joe Grizzly's knife, and swinging on these niggas thinking they could just
No, I
WWE.
said that's not how my shit's going. That's not how I said it was going.
But you're gonna risk breaking a leg or ankle against these guys?
I'll risk that as long as they can't get to me.
Wait a minute. Whoa. I know exactly where you're going out your balcony.
Damn right.
Your leg is definitely breaking. I know.
I'll take it 2
I know where
floors
you
down.
fall at. You are definitely breaking your leg.
I'll take the 2 floors down. All I gotta do is get away. All I gotta do is survive. You want to take this head on with them in a hallway somewhere?
I ain't say
You
that.
big tripping.
Are you gonna just like limp to the car and drive off, clear?
That's the hope.
Okay.
That's
Wait,
the
wait,
hope. That's where we at right now.
Don't Jason got that like what they call that shit where he just pop up out of nowhere?
That is true.
So what if he buy
Instant
your car?
transmission?
Yeah, like now that's what we're gonna call it for this episode. So he instant transmission.
So he instant transmission to the backseat of my car. I get stabbed through the stomach. All right, at least I made it to 25 seconds of my own movie. Will's making it 10.
Because he could technically be at the bottom floor when you jump.
Okay, so here's the thing. So who's coming through the front door?
Both of them. But I'm saying if he has that quick thing, he could just go down there really quickly, how he does from one side of the cabin to the other at Camp Crystal Lake.
So then nobody's getting away. If we're allowing that, then nobody's getting away from this guy.
But I just want to hear everybody's plan.
Okay.
All right, Will?
All right, so here's my plan, right? We sitting here shooting the podcast. All of a sudden I hear just coming through, right? We know what's up. It's these two motherfuckers coming through. First thing I'm doing, I'm cutting the stove on, cutting the gas on, taking my light on, putting my lighter on my kitchen stand and just keep it lit. Y'all know what the fuck going on. I'm finna blow my apartment up. Sky fucking high. Now I'm already letting y'all know I'm putting my shoes on. Now this is what I'm trying to do. I need a distraction. So I'm gonna take the bike chain and I'm gonna hide in the corner of like where my on my wall, and then there's a hallway. You got like kind of like a little small hallway to come through the kitchen to the living room. What I'm thinking is Mike Myers gonna come through first, right? So what I'm gonna do is he gonna try to come stab. I'm gonna wrap the chain around his neck and get behind it. Now again, he's strong, but you can't beat science. So I'm gonna take him, put him on my back, and then I'm gonna charge at Jason. And then I'm gonna let the chain go, and then I'm gonna run out my balcony.
Just to be fair, they can't beat signs because instant transmission beats signs. But go ahead, you got it, Will. Get that chain, baby.
Say that again. You're gonna wrap the chain around Mike Myers, put him on your back, and charge it.
So he gonna be like this, trying to hold. The chain gonna be right here. This gonna be me behind him. I'm gonna lift him up, and then I'm gonna charge at Jason, and then I'm gonna push him. And then I'm gonna let the chain go, and then I'm gonna run out the balcony. And then there's another balcony right next to me, and I'm only on the second floor. So I'm gonna hop onto that balcony, and then there's another. This is like a loft area, so all I gotta do is jump down one floor. It ain't even like it's almost like half a floor too. So then I'm in the middle of the street now, and before they get up, Bob's your uncle. The gas is already accumulating. The lighter hits. Boom. Now it don't kill them, of course not, because you know it's Jason.
Oh wait, you said by the time they get up, like they wouldn't be right behind you. You didn't knock any of them out. You just pushed them.
Now you don't know if he fell. I'm banking on he fell, or back in the hallway, and I close the door, and then they gotta bust the door down now again.
Okay.
So it's a chance, but all of this is based off a chance anyway.
Okay. So what happens after you get into the street?
What happens when I get into the street? I'm run down the street. I'm in the middle of the street, so I'm at least in the open. So if here come old instant transmission Jason, I'm finna try to get my inner Michael Vick on and hit him with the juice and the dodge, because we in the middle now, baby. You got to try to catch me now, and they can't run, so my fatness ain't gonna get in the way. You know what I'm saying? I just gotta I gotta shimmy. You know how you say you gotta pivot and whatnot until I can at least get to the police station where they'll kill me instead of Jason and Michael Myers.
God damn it.
I'd rather die by them than get my head punched off like we just saw, But either way, I don't make it out like we just said. I'm not making it out alive.
All right. That was a very colorful, action-packed story. I'm not even gonna lie, Will, I was with you. I was with you with the stove and the lighter, hiding with the chain. I believe your story ends with trying to put your chain around Mike Myers and pushing him into Jason. I feel like, you know how like in Mario Kart, if you mess up in the time trials, the ghost keeps going? I feel like that's how your rest of your story was. I feel like the rest of that didn't really happen. That was just like what you would think. But I feel like that first interaction, I don't see it. I don't see it. So I feel like barricading and getting a way down to the second floor has to be more solid, because even you said, Will, after you pushed one of them into the other and knocked them out, you jumped onto the balcony and then just jumped to the street with no lowering?
Oh no. So well, this is kind of giving stuff away. Hold on.
No, it's cool. You could just describe it.
Boom.
I think that works. So the reason why I said, can you see my balcony?
Yep.
Well,
I can't see off of it, but I see.
I know,
it.
but you can see where
First
this
floor
chair
or
is.
second floor?
I'm on the second floor, but there's another balcony literally right there. I don't have to jump. I can literally like just step over to the next balcony, and then
That's
there's
also on the second floor.
yeah. But the second floor is technically the first floor. Like that's the thing. Like there's no like I wish I could show y'all the jump. And then there's like an electrical socket thing that's right there. So like I said, it's even half a jump.
Are we assuming that your spot and your neighboring balcony spot is still intact because you just used a stove to blow up your entire goddamn room?
I'm out of there before the thing blows up.
Okay.
Okay, that sounds like Cleo's plan with more steps. You added fighting before the second.
I added a
touching it.
tussle. I added a tussle, not a fight, a tussle. This is just like anybody that hits Michael Myers and runs, it's that same thing. Both of these people do have that element where they do get whacked once. So there is that one time you can do something to them that is effective to let you get away. So that is the card that I'm pulling with this. So if it's not that, it could be whacking him in the face with the chain to make him stumble back and then run out. But either way, you've seen, just like how you saw him letting him punch Jason, they always allow that one little space for you to try something. And that we can't take out.
You gotta remember, I'm Joe Grizzly, bitch.
Yep, and that's why he stabbed him, because he didn't want none of that smoke.
Hold on, I gotta hear it one more time before we get
I'm
off.
Joe Grizzly, bitch.
I'm Joe Grizzly, bitch.
Joe Grizzly is hilarious.
You know,
Hey man,
best
we
for
gotta
nobody.
start giving more. This is the only time we ever see this character as this actor. We gotta give more respect to Joe Grizzly in the black community. This is a
Damn
great
right.
performance scene for
Joe
a
Grizzly
cocky,
in 5.
confident OG black guy for
Joe
sure.
Grizzly in 5. In any situation, Joe Grizzly in 5.
Why was he taking a dump with a hunting knife right there, not even sheathed? It was just right there on top of the toilet paper.
Well, no, because he's a truck driver. They were at a truck stop, so he was
Yeah.
a truck driver. And mind you, was fighting him while he was still taking the shit.
I
So
thought
imagine
he
if he
wiped
wasn't
it
caught off guard.
He didn't wipe it all. He had boo-boo pants.
He
did.
died shitty, bro.
Everybody dies shitty. Don't act like that's
No, I get that, but he, he may have emptied the rest of his bowels before standing up and getting.
No, he didn't, because he said I was still passing it. Let me get back at you. So you see, imagine if he wasn't even worried about passing something through. He'd have fucked Mike Myers up.
Nah, this wasn't even close enough to debate that.
Man, it is, because Michael Myers is a bitch. That's why he stabbed him, because he didn't want to fight him. That's why he was trying to take the knife from him like that. He knew what Joe Grizzly was about to do.
All right. Well, those are two very interesting stories. This was Jason and Mike Myers tag team. Let us know who you think would survive longer. All right. The level after this is going to be Freddy Krueger, one of the most scary ones. Some people think he's a pedophile. And he attacks.
I don't think there's a think on that, Pat. I think that's
I think it's confirmed.
that's almost written in lore now. But go ahead.
Yeah, I think I don't know if they confirmed it, but I thought in the earlier movies he just killed the kids, but they never said that he actually was
A diddler.
touching the kids.
Yeah.
diddly. Okay,
Diddling?
no, diddling.
Diddler.
Yeah.
Ah.
All right, so you are where you're at right now in Los Angeles, but it's nighttime. And you were just told that whatever you fall asleep holding will be in your dreams. So, using the stuff that you have in your room, let's say that you also only have 3 things to bring. What are you falling asleep with? And what is your strategy? Now, Freddy Krueger is probably one of the most difficult ones. He never really kills people their first nightmare. He kind of toys with them But there is, there is the aspect of just staying away from him and not really going for the head up, just kind of like whenever you fall asleep. Lucid dreaming is a thing, and you can teach yourself that also. So that a lot of people in the movies were just, making themselves aware that they were dreaming. So there's a lot of different ways that you can use or get away from him or confront him if you teach yourself how to lucid dream.
I got mine, and I only need one item.
Oh. Okay.
My phone. That's it. I just need to fall asleep with my phone. You up, Leo?
That's it?
Yep. That's all I need.
Okay. Now, keep in mind, we don't know if you got service, if your phone. I don't really know how phones would work in the dreamland.
It works how you want to work it.
Because it's your dream?
Yep.
That's where I was trying to go in that direction. I'm like, it's dreams. And it's crazy that like we know we're dreaming when the things happen, but it's until you have a nightmare that you're stuck in it. You're stuck in your own dream for like an extra 10 seconds that you don't want to be there.
Right.
Right.
But with that same logic, if you can control everything in your dream, you technically should be able to remove this person who's trying to kill you. So
this is true.
This
and
dream.
I could Google how to get rid of Freddy, and then it just happens. And I'm a very creative person, so you can't act like I couldn't come up with some creative ways to fuck Freddy up. Now, I will say this though, I'm definitely coming out that dream hurt. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Now, as interesting as that is, I do have to ask this: if you are using Google in your own brain, technically, would you ever learn anything new? Would anything that you didn't already know pop up? Because if you're freaking out and you're like, damn it, I don't know how to kill this guy.
No, so
what would pop up if you didn't know?
Things I forgot. Things that I forgot. So first, I wouldn't even connect to Google. I would just connect to my brain. So anything that I didn't remember is now on my phone. So it's searchable. And you can always search for lost items because you have a search button on your phone.
Okay, but that would also imply that you once knew.
Once again, yeah. But we've also saw like Freddy movies, but I don't remember how the ending of Freddy 5 was off the top of my head. But I know in my mind I've seen it and I know how it ends if I resaw a few clips of it. So I have like access memories that I don't have access to right now, but it may be helpful. Not saying everything will be helpful in defeating him, but it may be something I may need that helps protect me.
Freddy's whole thing is you have to be afraid of him. Like that's what gives him his power, right?
Right.
Like he's like if you believe in him, that means he's there.
Yeah, he's a fear demon.
Okay. Yeah. It's such a mind, like you have to like really be mentally prepared for fighting for like, yo, I know you're not here. I know you're not real. So until he slashes your ass and then you feel that pain in your sleep, then you're like, this motherfucker's real.
But here's my question with that though. Are any of us really scared of Freddy? Like if Freddy walked up right now, dressed as is, outside of dream powers, with that and the claw hand.
I'm pulling up a clip. You keep talking. I'm gonna give you a clip.
We can't sit here and act like if real Freddy approached us with a burnt face and a claw hand, we wouldn't be scared.
Oh, there's a little bit of piss.
You'd be a little bit, but would you be enough to where like if he's coming at you like this, you got enough strength to go, I'm finna knock you the fuck out.
See, Will, you're only taking this stance is because you're bigger. That's it. You're only taking this stance because you want to square up with these niggas.
Hey, y'all
no one's fighting these guys.
Because you small, so you try to say ain't none of it gonna work. That is not fair.
We've seen the movies. It's like,
and they've only had small people in there. That's what I'm saying. You can't compare strength. You can't do it. Like you
saw what happened to Mr. Grizzly. He
got stabbed. You saw what happened.
Joe
That fight was about to be all that popping, and then Mike Myers didn't want none of that, and he stabbed him. He bitched out. He
Joe
bitched
Grizzly
out
in
and he
5.
know it.
Here's my thing. Well, you can say what you want about Joe Grizzly, throwing one haymaker, but for 30 seconds, he was getting rammed into the wall of a restroom. He was in no control.
With his pants down. Like what?
That's his fault. That's his fault. He could have pulled his pants up. What, he just stood there with his dick out and a knife in his hand?
But my pants will not be down. I will not be taking a shit while this is happening.
He pulled his pants up and gave a whole monologue to the nigga before he got beat up.
Yeah, but he was still turtle pinching, man. Don't act like this dude was at full ready to fight a person. This dude was taking the shit. He was in the most vulnerable position a man could be in.
For you to bring this clip up, this has to have been one of the most positive interactions that one of his victims have had. This had to have been the best that somebody did against Jason, and that just says a lot right there. Jason is out here mopping people up, and Freddy is a lot scarier than I feel like.
I got a Freddy clip for you. I got a Freddy clip for you. Why don't you go ahead and watch this and tell me that this wasn't goddamn scary?
Can't be killed.
She barefoot?
She is dreaming, so you know how this goes.
Please don't be naked.
Right there, I'm already back in the house.
Nah.
Please, God.
This is God.
I've seen crackheads look worse than that. I'll fuck him up in that alleyway. I would fuck Freddy up. Like, I thought you was for now. Y'all talking about me with Joe Grizzly. That wasn't nowhere. First of all, this is scary. Because he put a little flash. I'll fuck Freddy up if he ever walked down like that. If we ain't in a dream world, we in the real world, and he walked up like that, I'll fuck Freddy up.
That's the thing. You're never going to see this man in the real world. Always dream world with Freddy.
So, but again,
what go gadget arms. You could have attempted to turn around, run back in the crib. Next thing you know, it's a hand ripped through your entire chest with the claw sharp hand.
But if I'm in a dream, why would I be running from him without no protectiveness on my back? That's dumb. Like,
what protectiveness?
Nigga, I'm in my dream. I can put whatever the fuck I want on my back. I can put a fucking force field if I want.
Got a chainmail link fed like.
You fell asleep only with the phone because you said that that's the only thing you needed, and then that immediately became something that you only kind of needed. Now you had two empty slots, and now you're talking about having back stuff and all this extra.
So wait a minute. I don't have my mind. My mind don't work in my dream. That's what we doing.
But he did set the rules. He set the rules. You gotta have three items.
So is my imagination an item?
I agree with that. I don't think you could do that.
Then I couldn't put that there. But I have my imagination. Like, I can use that in a dream. Like,
I've never seen a lucid dream work like that in any version of dreaming, let alone Freddy. I've never seen them like giant hammer. Like,
so because you never seen it don't mean it can't happen. Actually, yes, you have. They did do that because they did go in the part where they dream where they actually were fighting back. Now they were getting their ass whooped, but there is one where they all fell asleep because they had a black dude in it. And they were all like, the dream, like they made it like they're the people that gotta go in there, and they literally, because it was a dude in a wheelchair too, and he became like a knight, and then Freddy started fighting back though and was fucking them up. But they did do that shit in the movies.
Okay, well then, despite having said you only have three things, go ahead. If you had your imagination, what would be these other two things that you would use?
Okay, if I had to have two things formed from my imagination. I'm gonna have an escape door that wakes me up.
An escape what?
An escape door that wakes me up, and a hole and a jug of water. Because if I piss, I'm gonna wake up.
That was probably the strongest thing you've said so far. Cleo, 3 items, strategy.
This is so hard, bro. Like, this is a hard one because you're in your dreams. And how I like to look at it, anything is possible. for both people, like myself and Freddy. But if he's plotted it out way more than me, I'm screwed. Like going into it. So are we playing it by the original rules, just 3 items, or Will's way of
fall asleep with 3 items?
3 items? Okay.
Yeah.
I like the phone idea. That's a good one, just because, you could set an alarm. You could set an alarm to wake yourself up.
That's interesting.
I like that ability. If you fall asleep, I don't know, like what's the healthy amount of sleep you need to survive. I don't know what that is. But if you could survive for 15 minutes in Dreamland and not get killed by Freddy and have an alarm wake you up, there's your survival. There's that aspect.
Time works differently though in there.
I'm taking. So here's what I'm taking: the phone.
I don't know how that would work. How, if you were to set an alarm, how would that work in a dream?
It's kind of like Inception, right? Like if you tilt back and fall, same thing with peeing. Like if you physically feel yourself like that, same thing with the sound playing. Like when they played the orchestra music, that's how they knew they were about to get ready to wake up.
Yeah. So I'm taking that. I'm taking an They have adrenaline shots. Like what were we talking about earlier? Crank?
EpiPen.
Well, is it an EpiPen? I thought that was just like a
Isn't that adrenaline?
Whatever I can jab in my leg that makes my heart start going crazy faster. I want that.
That's interesting.
I want that because then I'm just like heart rate going, blood's pumping. So I know I'm asleep, but there's something in my body telling me, nigga, you gotta move, you gotta move, you gotta move. So those 2, and then finally, man, I need a weapon just in case he gets close. But I need a shield, bro. I need Captain America's shield. I need Cap's shield, bro. I want to be able to just duck behind it if he gets too close, bro. I need Cap's shield.
Where did that come from?
Huh?
Is that the imagination slut?
Yeah. I can fall asleep with Cap's shield. I buy a replica. It'll be fine. I'll be in there with. No, I can definitely buy one though. I can buy one. So I'll buy one before I go to sleep. I need Captain America's shield. I need my cell phone, and I need an EpiPen that keeps my blood running and my heart rate going up. So I know, like, hey, bro, as tired as you are, you're asleep right now, but you're supposed to be waiting on this alarm. So just survive for 15 minutes. Hopefully get your ass out of there, because I'm not going one-on-one with. You can't go one-on-one with these guys. They have a body count. These niggas drop bodies all the time.
So I think we're also underestimating the idea of what would happen to when you go to a dream. When you go to a dream, you usually don't. Sometimes you don't even know you're in one. Your mind, you think this is actually real life. You know what I mean? Like I'm watching a lot of these kills from Freddy right now, and a lot of people like they go to sleep in this, and it looks like they're just doing a regular ass thing, like someone's just watching TV. You know what I mean? And all of a sudden, shit starts to go south. Like right. something happens on the TV, and all of a sudden you get closer and end up getting pushed through a goddamn screen.
But we were assuming that this was like a lucid dream, just like in the movie how they sort of like figured out they were dreaming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's the thing. Like of course at the end of the movie they usually know what's gonna happen. Like when they fall asleep, Freddy's gonna be there, so I know what's up. But a lot of these kills are just people don't even know. People have no idea what's going on.
I will say this: y'all try to talk about my plan. Cleo's plan sucks.
Does it?
Yes.
How so?
How you gonna use the EpiPen?
But in his pocket.
Everything I go to sleep with, I get in the dream world.
How does your brain tell you to start having a heart rate like adrenaline?
Your brain gives you adrenaline.
No, not no dream. So a dream is gonna physically give you a kick like adrenaline? No.
Maybe.
Nightmares give you an adrenaline rush.
If that works like that, my shit worked then.
What work? What shit?
If a physical EpiPen, because again, you have to physically jab that into your body for that to be able to activate and go through your bloodstream, correct? How would his brain give that same chemical effect for his heart rate to start doing that?
Placebo, possibly.
Could that work? I'm asking. I'm not like trying to like knock it. So like I'm genuinely asking, like, how would he?
No, you were.
No. Because even if you're saying he's holding it, he still has to hold a shield and phone. So how would his lucid body do this to wake him up? Is what I'm saying.
No, he was giving himself the EpiPen because, well, first of all, in terms of the game that we're playing, that was just the creative answer that I feel like none of this is Freddy doesn't make sense, you know, like none of. Okay. I'm just saying in terms of what we're doing, like I feel like an EpiPen is an interesting answer because I just think that even the placebo, you can maybe even make the argument that the placebo effect of you getting the adrenaline rush in the dream could potentially affect your body while you're asleep. And if I would say that would be the case more like if that's along the line of Googling when you're in a dream, if your brain works everything. So I don't see how that disproves anything that you said.
When I say giving myself the EpiPen shot, I'm thinking my physical body, it's running. Like I'm maybe asleep, but my heart rate and my blood, it's pumping there. And I have to feel that within dream world. So so I know like, oh, I'm not supposed to be here. I can't be here. Like I'm going into dream world with the thoughts of, all right, phone, EpiPen, shield, just in case this guy finds me. As soon as I get into dream world, I'm stabbing myself in the thigh. I'm starting the timer. I got 15 minutes. I gotta just survive here for 15 minutes. I gotta run from stretchy arms Freddy. I gotta not be freaked out when he pops up with a huge mouth. When I'm in the dark and I hear him whispering behind me, I gotta run out. Crazy shit for the next 15 minutes. But my heart rate is pumping not only because of maybe running into Freddy, but also that I've made myself like, yo, you gotta keep going. You gotta keep going. So I'm not gonna ever just be relaxed like, it's dream world time. Nah, bro. Why am I sitting here on the couch and my freaking chest is pumping through my heart about to beat through my chest?
I didn't know that counted. So if that counts, I would have picked shrooms as one of my things because that would have changed everything up.
I feel like that would have given Freddy an advantage.
Nah, you don't know. That might have fucked both of us up. Because remember, he's in my dream, so technically he's in my head.
Right,
so
but you're hallucinating, not him.
We don't know that. He may feel the same effects I, because remember, he gets hurt in my dream. If I can still do the same shit he can do to me. Because remember, like old girl pulled his ear off and brought it back into the real world. So there's a lot I can still do to him.
The reason I like adrenaline is with the EpiPen, if Freddy feeds on fear, then that adrenaline would for sure kick in and he would get way less. I feel like if you're boosted on adrenaline, even if it's a dream adrenaline shot, you would be way less scared and you'd be running way faster. Like I feel like he wouldn't even get as much power because you'd be less scared, even if it was placebo.
Wouldn't he though? That I thought the same chemicals in that is the same thing in fear. So wouldn't that make Freddy even stronger because he's now doing it? Yeah.
Well, when you're off adrenaline, you don't care about getting hurt. You don't care about I feel like when you're off that adrenaline, that's when you do the wildest stuff. People who are off adrenaline be jumping out of planes, and you definitely can't be doing that shook, So
yeah, but he's already terrified, is what I'm saying. So you're just amplifying his terror to where now he can run without having to pass out. And again, I'm just trying to figure out where he pulls from as far as fear. Is it the concept or is it the physical aspect that he's pulling from?
When Pat set these rules, my initial thought went to, okay, if I could just make it through this run, I don't have to deal with Freddy ever again.
Yeah.
So I'm going into Dream World knowing, yo, you just have to survive.
Yeah. And I don't mean to go down this rabbit hole because like you said, Freddy is kind of a real complicated thing. And I didn't realize it until we kind of really started discussing this, because just like you said, my mindset is if I go in there and I can kind of control my dream, I can take Freddy. But from what you just saying, with the EpiPen, these other things, this opens up a whole world of difficulty now. So you kind of opened up something that gives Freddy a little more lure than just the basic of he's in your nightmares and you got to get out. You kind of expanded this thing even more with him. You've actually made Freddy a lot more interesting.
Okay. Does that change your answer?
Yeah, it would. Now I'm more on the escape route. I don't know if I want to give Freddy these hands because he got years of being in people's dreams. So yeah, I'm gonna go with my phone, the escape door, and something to make me pee. I'm going with the pee. So alarm for the phone, escape door, or something to make me pee to wake me up. Basically 3 things to help me wake up and just survive. Same as Cleo.
I wonder if you guys put an alarm, set it before you went to sleep, then went to sleep with the phone. Now you pretty much just have a timer that you have to avoid Freddy before your body actually wakes up. So I think that would actually be more effective than going into the dream, then setting the alarm. Because like we said before, in the dream, you might set 15 minutes and then 2 days go by and just a minute pass, so it might even be smarter to set the alarm in real life then fall asleep. So now you just have like a set amount of time that you have to stay away from Freddy, who's probably trying to toy with you anyways. Because you know, in that whole clip, he didn't charge her at all. So
Well, you know what? Now that you say that, I take back everything I said. I'm sticking with my original plan. Give me the sock out. All right. Give me the sock out. You know what? I'm disappointed.
Interesting.
No, I'm disappointed that y'all ain't got. That's what I'm upset about. Y'all ain't got faith in me. I can sock these fuckers out. All right. Have faith in me. Have faith.
It's just an ass answer.
I'll fight the nigga. That's it. Who gonna fight me? Nobody. Okay, that's what it is. You're just asking that out.
I threw in going on a dream toe-to-toe battle with Freddy, and y'all just sitting here like it can't happen. What if I turn myself into a big ass head with a mouth and like, you're small, mine's bigger. Let's do this. I watch Beetlejuice. I know how to do my dream.
You're gonna have a mind dick measuring contest with Freddy.
That is exactly. Well, so you know that's a bad look. I've seen it. I've seen a lot of these Freddy movies. That shit usually don't work too well, bro.
It's gonna turn into the thing, those weird videos on Pornhub.
Right?
You ain't got no faith in your boy, man.
Let's be honest though. Let's at least throw this one safety net out there. We've all slept through our alarms. Yes, we can all admit that we set our alarm, but we slept right through that motherfucker. So if we don't make
trash.
That too.
Goes to zero, and you're like, yo, wake up, you lazy piece of shit.
That motherfucker just going off. Boop, boop. Oh, if you didn't turn the sound on too, it's on silent.
It's on vibrate. Oh,
it's just going on. Same thing with my water thing. You pee and now you just a pissy ass person in the dream world.
Dog.
All I'm saying is, shoot, if you need to start taking some Adderall against Freddy. That's his worst enemy.
In fact, no, not even gonna lie. They went down that path in Freddy vs. Jason. They go down.
They did the no-dose thing, right?
Yeah, they did the whole thing, the no-dose and stuff like that. So villain people would stay awake the whole time, no matter what.
I feel like that would be a strategy if your life was on the line, I guess. Just like try.
Yeah, those people never woke up. But there is just one more clip I want to show you from Freddy where this guy tried to go toe to toe with the whole imaginary thing. Let's see how this worked out for my man.
Oh, this is a dude in a wheelchair?
I think so.
Already, I know he ain't touching Freddy. I give a damn.
Hello? Guys? Where are you?
Hey, hallway. He can walk in his dream?
Yeah.
Well, you look tired.
Freddy, bro.
No thanks. I'm fine just the way I am.
For now, maybe. But when you wake up, it's back in the saddle again.
No.
For you, kid.
I am the wizard master.
Hit him in the leg.
I am the wizard master.
Ah!
In the name of Lorik, Prince of Elves, demon be gone!
Sorry, kid. I don't believe in fairy tales.
Well, there you go.
You comparing me to that old weak ass little boy?
Hey, I'm not comparing you. I'm just saying someone tried the whole idea of trying to outthink him, and this is
once again making me feel a lot better. I just gotta outsmart a diddler. I got this. You see how many stories I be coming up with off the top of my head? You don't think I can do that in my dreams?
You didn't even do a convincing one on this game.
You're not convinced, sir, but you don't know Liberian from Librarian, so I'm not concerned about that. It's the comments that
That's a
I
good
want.
scarecrow defense. Although you brought up some old shit that made no sense. But the two stories you gave right now weren't convincing. How are you gonna kill Freddy right on if you're scared?
Who said I'm scared? I just said I wasn't scared of Freddy, and y'all telling me, oh, you can't be scared of Freddy.
All right. Well then, okay.
Scared of?
Let's go on to the level 3 of this, and for this round, I'm a beat the other guy up is not an acceptable answer. This is strictly survival rules on just using creative ways to use items and strategy to get away from the other person. Okay. And this is going to be the hardest one because this is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre one with Leatherface and his family. And in this one, you are not in your own familiar place. You wake up in his basement, tied up. You only have 3 things from your room currently in your pocket, and you have to figure out a way out of the basement, out of the house, and how to figure out how to get back into the city. So, 3 items that can fit into your pocket. Damn it. And how do you want to get out of Leatherface's abandoned house? Obviously, it is a very low survival rate, but who has a better survival story? And Kadeem, you can jump in this one too. 3 items in your room, in your pocket. How are you going to get out?
Question. Do my fisticuffs count as an item?
No.
What if they in my pockets?
Let me guess. You probably think you could beat up Leatherface too.
You ain't touching
No. But I definitely could punch out the old woman. Definitely gonna go for that.
I mean,
but no, actually, you didn't. I'm gonna be honest with you. You didn't have to bring up the whole fight thing. I would definitely not fight Leatherface. I cannot take.
But you would fight Jason and Fred.
Well, I can take a knife. I can't take a chainsaw. Once you get hit with that, that's a wrap.
You don't think it's a wrap if you get hit with the knife? What? I just want to think, like, in your mind, how strong are you? I feel like you're giving off some superhuman.
He's Brock Lesnar-esque, you know. Brock.
I can take a knife.
I will say I have flipped a small car in my time.
So you could take a Jason machete knife, no problem.
Who would do? You giving me scenarios that make no sense. Who's taking just like, yo, right here, bro, to the chest? Let's go.
Literally just said with your mouth, I can take a knife. I can't take a chainsaw. Am I tripping?
Nope, you said machete. You didn't throw knife in there, nothing. No one mentioned machete. Said knife. You didn't mention machete. No, I wouldn't be able to take a full-fledged machete. But I've been stabbed
take a kitchen knife like this?
Huh?
You take a kitchen knife?
Why is that so close to your filming station?
This is what I cut blunts open with. I don't know why.
You cut boxes open with that?
Blunts. No, that's worse.
No,
blunts. Yeah.
That's a little OD. Sense. Don't you think, Pat?
It is, but I lost my switchblade. It's a lot. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Pat, set the scenario for me with this. We are in Leatherface's basement.
Yes.
Is any of his equipment in the room? Because he's a meat guy. Wasn't he like killing cattle and shit? Is there anything of his around?
And secondly, are we tied up or are we hooked?
I'm about to say, if you hooked, dog,
no,
hooked in the shoulder.
Hooked is a wrap.
About that, but that's too much. I don't think once you escape, it's just bleeding out. So
yeah, because if I'm hooked, I'm dead.
Tied up with old-fashioned rope, and Cleo, if you find that to be a scenario, add that to your survival story.
Yeah, well, Swiss Army knife is one of mine, as you can see right here. So
I'm going knife in the pocket. I do have a pocket knife, flips open, double-sided. So we're going pocket knife.
Yeah.
We're going cell phone, but we're not going iPhone. Let's make it more interesting. Let's make it an old Nokia brick shit that the internet signal may not even work way the hell out there.
Ooh, give me a chirp phone.
Nextel it, huh?
Give me a Nextel chirp phone.
You're trying to catch the radio wave, aren't you?
Those are known for like crazy good service.
That and sound, yeah, because they were made like the Nextel Sprint ones. They were like made for like to use for like army stuff. So they have great service. Yeah.
What about it making noise when you're trying to hide though?
Well, that's the thing that I want to use as a distraction. Like if I was gonna escape, I want to use something like that to set an alarm and it chirps, so that's a distraction, so I can keep moving throughout the house.
Nice. I'll take that. Okay, there we go, Will. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
There
Is
we
that your
go.
first one or your second one? Oh, that's
That's my second one. My first one is a Swiss Army knife.
Got it.
I'm going with knife. I'm going with old Nokia, the brick phone. Third on my list. I want to defend myself. The pocket knife ain't gonna do nothing. There's nothing to defend against him specifically. Like out of the people we've mentioned, he's the scariest one.
A lighter. I want a lighter.
Another lighter.
Because guaranteed they have an aerosol can somewhere in there that I can use as a blowtorch.
You said an aerosol can like
Lysol,
Febreze?
nigga, Lysol, fucking WD-40, nigga, any of those things where you can actually.
Have you seen their house? There's no way it smells
They
good.
don't come off as clean people.
Exactly.
No. That's what I'm saying. Like you have like other things like mechanical wise that you can use that also has the same effect.
Okay. I don't know for the third one, bro. I don't know what the third one. I just immediately I want my knife to be able to try to get out of however he has me, tied up. And then from there, I got to figure out how the hell to get out of this basement. Now, is there a vent in the room? Is only one way in, one way out? We don't know that. But I would hope that there's like a little window. Because in basements, like, usually there's that tiny window right there. So all I got to do is try to make it out of there, but also try not to make any noise. I can't break any glass.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm assuming his equipment is in the room. So I'm assuming there's a chainsaw. I'm assuming there's some meat hooks, a mallet, if you will. Maybe I do make some noise just to get a distraction going, and let's hope that Leatherface isn't at the house currently. And maybe one of the other family members comes down there. So I'm hitting them with his mallet off top. As soon as they walk in the door, I'm swinging with that mallet.
See, this why y'all taking the sock out from me ain't fair.
How so?
That's why this ain't fair. Cause
you want to fight the guy's head up, Will?
No. Hold on, hear me out. I'm fat. So there's no way I'm getting through a vent or the little glass, little mirror thing in the basement. So obviously I got to take the stairs up and I got to go through the house. Now, mind you, like you said, I'm not trying to go up with Leatherface, but I'm going to have to choke these family members out because they not finna not see a 6'3" black dude with dreads pass by the fucking living room. So I got to try to be. Come on, man, I got you. Go sleep.
Right. So use your items and your story to give the most convincing version of that.
My versions were quite convincing. You just don't believe in my strength. That's fine. I understand. Y'all think everybody has the strength of your frail wrist, and that's understandable. People in the comments gonna understand. I'm built like Hulk Hogan. I got a chance. I fought a shark in my mind, so I know I can do it in real life.
Wow, that Hulk Hogan comparison, that threw me, sir.
Yeah, this whole thing makes sense now.
That one threw me.
You see these pythons?
There we go. I know where you were going with it, but
look at them. This could be all muscle.
I love you, brother.
Don't know.
I love you, brother. But in a one-on-one match with any of these guys, these horror movie giants we've named,
for human strength also, which is the mind-boggling part. Mind-boggling.
Yeah, see, hey, all I'm saying is this: I'm that, and I'm also very quiet for my size. Two things you would not expect. Then again, my name is the anomaly. So
there's that. I get that.
So yeah, I'm
believe all that stuff. That say that in your story. The whole thing is just convincing. Grizzly, Mr. Grizzly.
I'm joking.
Oh shit! All right, so Cleo, your plan is to use the pocket knife to escape. Use your phone to set up some type of a distraction, and then using whatever equipment that he most likely has to down there to torture others.
Yes.
To either just, I don't know, stun the person who's down there and make a break for it.
So here's what I'm hoping though. I'm hoping that it's the cop, the weird ass cop that's related to the family. I don't know if he's the daddy, the brother, the uncle.
I think he's the dad. He's
the dad. So
yeah.
I'm hoping it's the dad that pulls up because I know he got that thing on him.
Okay.
I know he got that thing on him. But are we going to assume he's going to come downstairs with the gun?
Wait, when is this? Is this daytime or nighttime?
I would think daytime. I'm going to go daytime.
If it's daytime, he's not there. It's the grandmother and the mama you got to worry about.
Shit.
Because remember, that's what they slept on because they thought it'd be all right, and they the ones that fucked them up too.
Okay, you're right. Okay, so
Leatherface
it's daytime. So
Leatherface is creeping about somewhere, and you got to worry about the mom, the grandmother, and I think like their son that's kind of also off.
I would hope the son comes downstairs, because there's always the kid in the family who's just like, hey, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. Like he's trying to be friended, like it's a fucking like I'm a pet.
Right.
So I'm gonna assume he's gonna come downstairs and be like, yo, listen, bro, like what? Tell me where I'm at. What's going on? I'm gonna try to get him on my side.
You are dead.
And that's before that's before you leave the little distraction thing.
That is before.
Okay.
That is before. If I make any kind of noise and it's able to be that kid that comes down, that's trying to be friends with the cat with me, I'm gonna try to figure out, yo, what's going on? Where am I? Look, I don't know what's going on. I don't know how I got here.
Noise though. I feel like they would send down somebody who don't care, who's ready to shoot, kill, whatever.
I feel like they would bring on Leatherface, and that's what I would be using the church for. Because I feel like in the movie he had like walls he could go through that were like trap walls, that he had set up in the house. That's how he was able to catch everybody like that. So I would be using the church phone to distract him.
Okay.
And so at least try to put it somewhere where he'd have to go, at least enough to where he has to take a while to kind of come back up. Not a long time, but at least enough of it to where I can make it to the front door in that front area.
It's hard to make it through this house though. Like you're in the basement already. Right. You got to figure out how to get that door open and then not get spotted and not get killed.
No, that's not the worst part. You get outside and you're in the middle of nowhere. And let's remember, Leatherface chases you. So you run into
quite fast too. If we're gonna be honest, he's quite fast.
Which means you have to think about all of that stuff before you let that alarm off. Because as soon as you set that alarm off, shit is a go.
It's a go.
As soon as you open up the basement, let's say you guys got past whoever that was back there, because I'm assuming he's gonna have some weapons down there. Right. What's the strategy? Is it to look for a gun? Is it to look for keys?
Okay, so here's my question. When I wake up, is Leatherface down there or am I waking up in a basement by myself?
I mean, I'm pretty sure you're awake while he's down there, but I'm assuming you wouldn't try to escape until he went upstairs, right?
Well, no, he tends to leave people down there. Like
right.
He tends to leave them on their own.
Okay. So you wait until you're completely alone before you start using your knife.
Yeah, so I will use my Swiss Army knife to cut the rope. Do my best to move up the stairs, which I'm sure is a little bit creakish. And then, like Commissioner Gordon says, clear the corners, rookie. Look to the corners where I'm at. What I would try to do first is be able to find where the nearest light is at. So at least I know there is a window. So if I get to a window, that way at least I know I'm either at the side of the house, front of the house, or the back of the house. But at least I'm not in the middle no more. Then I start trying to listen for sounds. And so wherever I've just come from, that's where I want to leave the phone. And I want to set an alarm there for after I hear what I hear. So like, let's say,
where are you right now? Are you still?
I'm still at the door of the basement. I haven't made a walk yet or anything.
Okay. And
so I'm assuming like everybody's kind of like to their own devices doing house stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I would at least try to listen for sounds as to what I hear and try to go near that to see where it is. And again, still being as quiet as I possibly can, because time is still of the essence. You don't have a lot of time because you never know who's about to pop out. Like he said, that kid could pop out, Leatherface could just walk by, or the mom could walk by. So I'm going to at least try to see what's up and try to sneak my way out. And by the time hopefully that chirp goes off, that lets off Leatherface to go there. And then right there, I'm gonna hopefully book it outside where I think they had cars, right? They had more than one car, correct?
The cop had his.
It was like some farmland type stuff, so there was a few cars.
Like we're gonna assume there's a working, dusty old pickup truck somewhere.
So then
it's not starting off top though, Will.
I would use that to get in the car and close it. And then try to figure out what's going on there, and then try to use this to try to start the car.
Wait, where would you get the keys?
No, I wouldn't get the keys. I would jump wire it. I would
hot wire it?
Yeah, I would use this to pick the locks, take it down, cut this because they have scissors on here, cut the wires, and then jump it. and then be able to drive the fuck up.
But remember, he knows you're there by now.
No, but he doesn't know where I'm at. He just knows I've escaped. And again, if I'm in the car and I'm lowered down, he doesn't know I'm in the car yet. You know what I'm saying?
But more than likely, one thing you didn't add in your story, more than likely that basement door is locked.
Locked.
If you're down there.
Yeah, but it ain't gonna be locked from the inside where you are. They probably put a padlock on the outside. That's the thing. How do we get out of that room?
Oh, okay. So once now if we just gonna keep throwing. I'm going based off of there's a lock. I can pick the lock with this and get out.
Okay.
I didn't know we had like, there's a padlock where you now got to ship. Now what you're doing? If that's the case, none of us are getting.
Well, no, I mean, if you're keeping prisoners and killing them, I've never seen a version of that story. That's not out there to assume that that's locked. In Cleo's version, he lured somebody down there first. Your version is different because you waited and listened at the top of the staircase. So the only difference between the story would be the locked door.
I'm literally going off of what they've done in the movie. Because the only difference that didn't happen was the chick booked it into the fields and he chased her and threw that hook and drug her back in. So he doesn't keep a good record of keeping these people bottled down because of the fact they're in the middle of nowhere. They even, matter of fact, though, they even tried the car thing and there were spike strips. So then I would have got caught with that too.
Damn it.
I just thought about that. Because they did try the car stuff and they got them with that shit too. So
what, there's spike strips, and how do they drive places?
No, they just I don't know how it got set out, but when he was driving, he tried to get away. They hit the spike strips, and then he drug them back into the basement. So again, he does not keep a good record of keeping these people like tied down. Like this house is old. He's still a little kind of cooped in the brain and stuff like that. So I'm assuming like there's a typical basement lock that you could pick. That's what I was going based off of.
Okay, so quietly. Going up the stairs, picking the lock, making your way through the house, going to the truck, alarm goes off, hot wires the truck, drives off.
Yeah.
Okay. Cleo.
Yo.
Cuts the rope, gets a weapon, then does the alarm. Person comes downstairs, stuns them. Now you just have less time to work with after you open that basement door. So yeah. What's going on?
All right. I assume, like you said, we're in the basement. We got stairs that go up. Somebody done got laid out. We're gonna assume that Leatherface is not in the house, though. We're gonna assume that he's somewhere in the barn doing whatever the hell Leatherface does.
Can I ask a quick question?
Yes.
Yeah. You said you're hitting him with a mallet, right?
Yep.
Did you just to aid in your thing? Did you catch them after you hit them? Because now you've just made a sound.
I already made a sound with the thing for him to come down in the first place.
We assume that everybody is on alert now.
Yeah.
Okay, and then they hear another sound, though, which is a thump, which basically is a body hitting. So
right, but we're gonna assume that the family thinks again. I'm already tied up, and hey, go down there and check on that. So he gonna go down there and he gonna see it. You're gonna hear another thump. They're gonna be some the captive must have been tripping. That's what we're gonna assume that they think. We're gonna go up the steps, and now I don't know who's in the crib, but I can look around and see. I know front door gotta be that way because I can see more sun coming from that side. We're gonna assume I came up and I'm like right in the kitchen. So normally, how I see the layout of the house, I'm gonna go right because boom, I know that's straight out the front door, and maybe I see a car. So I'm gonna try to make it out that way, but you can't make any noise. As soon as you book and that front door opens, that creaky ass screen door happens, it's over. It's a wrap. They gonna know something's up. I'm going to try my best to make it to the crops. I'm gonna try my best to make it into the crop farmland. That's all I can really do. All I got is a mallet. I use the phone as a distraction to make a sound that hopefully to get them to come out. There's no service in the middle of nowhere, bro. I'm gonna try my best to get to the crop field, bro, and hope that Leatherface doesn't find me out there. That's all I can do. But I think the crop, how we look at the cropland, it's to the right of where Leatherface is, which is the barn. So he for sure saw somebody dipping, bro.
I would assume even in both stories, anytime someone goes up that staircase, that's it.
That's it.
for some reason, like in every movie where there is a captive, it doesn't matter where they are in the house. When they hear those footsteps, they off top know what they drop with they're always like reading or something, and they just drop and start running. So it seems like it seems like as soon as you guys are outside, let's not even say at the top of the staircase. It seems like when you guys are outside, people know that the escape is happening. So now it's a matter of who would survive longer between the hot wiring and the crop. Because if Will can get the hot wire done, he has a car.
He's out.
Right. But that takes a lot longer. You could probably get to the crops and hide. Easier, but then what after that?
So where his messes up is the sound. See, where mine is, I buy myself extra time because of the sound. I do it before I get out of the front door. So now that's bought me time to go through. So they don't even hear the front door open either because of that sound. You've already caused the sound, so they're already alerted.
Yep.
So now they're looking for you.
But that's also assuming that you can pick the lock, open that door, make your way through the house, leave the house, open the car door, and all that without them like completely silently.
Well, from how he was saying, like with the layout, like, and what I'm envisioning, if I just remember the house, like from what I remember, when you come out, there's the big open space like that leads you to every other room, and then there's that hall that leads to the front door. And so to the right is like the kitchen, living room, and then to the other side it's like the stairs and stuff. So I only have to make my way through one thing, and like how we say, we assume Leatherface is in the barn and stuff. So now the only person people I got to deal with is the remaining family that's there. And like we said, if I have a sound that alerts them to go over there, now they're distracted about something, but not the fact of knowing that I've escaped. Like with Cleo's, they now know he's causing a ruckus, which brings in Leatherface to go see what's going on. Mine, you don't know what it is yet.
Okay. Did you ever use your lighter for anything?
No, I didn't.
Okay, Kadeem, do you have any ideas?
I've been sitting there, of course, listening to everyone and trying to figure out how I would do this. I was thinking more that it was nighttime, for one. I was thinking it was night, so it kind of changes my idea of. My first thing was trying to make sure that they can't see me. Neither I can see them, but they can't see me either. I was trying to figure out a way to get the lights turned off for everybody. Work on some type of circuit box. You know what I mean? Trying to figure out where the electricity is for the spot. That being said, obviously I was going to start with a knife, because you got to cut yourself loose no matter what. You got to have some type of knife to get out of the first situation. Second situation would be, After that, man, it's tough.
It's tough. It's so tough to get out of that basement, get upstairs, and try not to be caught in a house full of fucking psychos.
That's the thing. It's timing. Like everything got to do like really with timing, and it's still a low percentage of success. Because even like with mine, like you said, get to the car, I could still hotwire, and the car may not work. What if the car out of gas? Yeesh. And I chose the wrong car to get into, or it got a tire that's already loose, or it shuts down. Right. Like there's also things I have to deal with that. Now I'm also too like him. I'm kind of that's what the lighter was for, to set the fucking cornfield on fire. Jesus. That's what I grabbed the lighter for.
And I feel like you can't just light a leaf, like one of the corn leaves on fire, and then it all.
In Texas, yeah, bro.
That's all you need. You don't need like gas or anything.
Because it's not. It's the hay. It's the hay that's also attached to it. So it's not just the leaf. It's the hay at the bottom where the corn is spread. If you put it at the bottom like that, it will start a blaze and burn the fuck through. And once
how would that help you? You think?
It's a distraction. So it's like it's just like it's either gonna take me, he gonna catch me, but either way, this is now on fire. And now I've sent a signal out, because once that thing goes, that shit's gonna shoot all the way up. So now you got that dad and the police coming out and the fire department. So now you really got to kind of be on your P's and Q's too, because now they all out here. So if something happened, it's just like, yo, I can at least be like, yo, help.
I feel like if you can get to the crops, you have a better chance of survival only because you can hide. You gotta dip and rip, but you gotta stand completely still once you have enough space between you and them.
Right.
Come nighttime, you better turn into a dude that's been through some shit because you are gonna slowly crawl for the next 8 hours.
Right.
You are not running, you are not creeping, you are on your stomach, trekking it through them.
But here's the thing. So
in
are
some
they.
direction.
But so are they now. Because like once they realize you missing, not only is Leatherface looking for you, but the family's now looking for you too. Now it's just runaway slave time.
Hey.
Yeah. Nighttime changes a lot.
Yeah.
Running through the cornfields is different, and hot wiring is going to be harder to see too.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Flashlight. I didn't bring a phone.
That's really. But my mind state was that like it would be harder for them to see me too. It's not like they have night vision either. You know what I mean? It's not like they can see me either. So I feel like it's a lot easier to break out and hide compared to daytime. Yeah, at night.
Kadeem, then isn't there one? I could be wrong. Isn't there one like they had bear traps in the corn mazes, right?
Some of the for sure they had traps out there if you did run.
Yeah.
Oh,
I forgot about that. I do remember that one ran and they caught their ankle and he drug them back in by the ankle.
If you get hit with a bear trap, I feel like I would accept it. I'd just be like, all right.
Oh yeah, no, that's pretty much what happened. That's what happened in the movie. Like he got his
hook thing. If you put me on a hook, I accept it. That's
yeah. If you'd have said hook, I'd have been like, "There's no need for no items. I'm dead. I'm not getting my big ass off no hook."
That's the crazy. I don't even know how did they do it. Did they have to like lift themselves off like this?
They do. They literally have to pull themselves. And the thing is, too, you have to do it without nicking an artery or anything like that and bleeding out internally.
There's a movie that one of the characters tried that, and he just said he went right back in it, and he just said fuck it.
Yeah, because the thing is, too, if you like, imagine if you pull it and now the hook is mid in, and like you give way just like this a little bit, it does this. So you're literally trying to pull and go like this out, and you can't. And so like imagine if you lose it, and again it's on your arm. So all of this, you're using this, and this is already injured. So you're trying to pull it up, and then imagine if this give way and you hook back again. Now you just made it even worse.
Well, that's the worst part. You have to get out of it and then jump off. But you could low key like come off and like it could lower and hook you again in a different place. Back on it. But yeah, that's why I chose to just use the good old fashioned rope. That's great for movies. You can always get out of it. But what's crazy about it is if you're ever in that situation, you have to think about this. And it's almost like a choose your destiny thing because like those are your options. Do I go for the keys or a hot wire to go for the car? Do I go for the cornfields and hide it? Like, what do you do?
Still, too, though, you're also you're in the middle of nowhere. And like you said, if you wake up in this house, you don't know where you are. You don't know which way is left, which way is right. You don't know if you're going into the abyss or you're going into the next town.
That's why I like the cornfield on fire. Because I feel like that would bring attention to something, maybe.
Yeah. And especially if they catch wildfire and they get like too out of control, oh man, then I'm good.
But you could be fully butchered by the time somebody drive out there. So
but then too, they also may as well, because you gotta remember too, like if wind hit, it moves it across the street. Now their stuff also by the house is now hitting a blaze, and that fire is starting to brush by the house, and it might set everything on fire.
Well, have we ever thought about lighting the house itself on fire?
I find that funny. I find that hilarious, and I think someone should do that in another Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie.
I would actually make Cleo's a lot better, because like if he did that and that gave them reason to come in, one, he could knock one out. They're dead already, because if you light from the basement, that's it. And then they're gonna immediately, all he has to do now is go across somewhere. Like if they had like a closet by the stairs that go up, he could go right there and then just look through the keyhole while they all run down there to try to put the fire out. Now he's giving himself extra time.
Well, one thing that we could potentially do is we could take elements from Will's first survival plan and Cleo's current survival plan, because if somebody went down to check and you were able to stun them, if you go up, if you can just hold off on the escape for a second, like think about it. If you were keeping guard of this person, they broke out, all you would have to do is open the front door and hide. because everybody's going to be running. They escaped and they're going to run outside immediately. But then potentially you could do what Will did in the first one, do the stove thing, and now you're in a situation where it's like, all right, well, fuck it, you kill me or not, this whole place is.
We all going up in flames. All right.
I think you may have a better chance with the wildfire, just because again they can put that shit out though.
The stove.
Because again you never know who's in the house. Now you got multiple people in the house, and you never know who saw you do that. That's the only thing I'd be concerned about. Like, see here, I know nobody's looking in my apartment. I can do that, and they wouldn't know that was happening except with the gas smell. We don't know.
That's why I said if you made a big deal, you just knocked out one of the people, and you open the door and fall back. The family is going to run outside and be looking outside, and then that's when I would do that because I feel like they wouldn't be thinking about the.
True. You got a point. Yeah, you do got a point on that. Then you could just cut on the gas light. You wouldn't even need a lighter, or a pilot light. I mean.
Potentially.
Yeah.
Okay,
Kadeem, you got any ideas?
Like I said, I the first thing that always comes to mind is try to get that vision off, man. I got. If they can't see me, I have a chance of getting away. That's my biggest thing. Chill out and try. Like I said, lighting the house on fire is actually not that bad of a move.
That's funny. I think that is fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
like, if you're a captive in that home, bro, light the house on fire. Fuck it.
Only horrible things happen there. So even if you die, at least it stops.
Right.
Yeah. I find that fucking hilarious.
It's all your best.
Molotov cocktail that shit from within it. Bloom, and just take off, bro.
That's a good idea.
That's a good one.
I feel like we can start exercising our minds with these things in case it happens within the next 10 years.
Yeah. Yep. I'm with this.
So the moral is
so that was 3 levels of horror. Let us know who you guys think would survive longest.
This guy. You already know who the MVP, 3 for 3, hat trick. Survived all 3, not hurt.
The key word was survive. The key word in that was survive.
I survived.
You taking it head on. You're just going to end up like the OG.
You jumping from 3 stories and tying a whole rope together before they kick in is just about as believable.
Minute and a half. 1, 2, 3. I can do it.
See, I've seen you jump, Cleo.
Here we go.
Introduce myself. I'm Joe Grizzly, bitch.
The fact that he said that to Jason is so funny.
Mike Myers.
That's Mike.
That's Mike Myers?
Yeah,
That's Halloween.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought this was Jason.
He had a knife.
Is Jason stronger than Mike?
Yes. That's why I said push Mike into Jason. You notice I didn't say get Jason with the chain and push him. Hell no. He's basically dead.
He's dead. Jason is basically dead. Mike Myers is just,
Yeah, him is just crazy with some strength.
Crazy
but I'm just
strength,
like,
yeah.
He's invincible too.
No, he's not.
They be popping his ass and he keep coming up.
That's what I'm trying to tell you, bro. He's not invincible. Like, Jamie Lee Curtis been getting away from this dude for 20 years and been popping him in the face with stuff. She lit him on fire.
But he keep coming back.
He do keep coming back, but that's why I say he's not invincible or invulnerable. And I just need that 5 seconds to be able to get that distraction to get out. That's it. Never was it a, come on, I need 3 rounds with y'all. No. Freddy, though, yeah. Freddy, I want to go head to head with in the dream. I want to show him you ain't shit. I'm going to put him in a dress and put him in a basement with some claws.
You said in a dress?
Yeah, I'm going to make him a little kid with a burnt face like, hello, my pretty.
Oh.
You thought you was going to fuck me up?
Will's Dark Side coming out. All right.
Yeah.
That has been the survival horror edition of the Arcade Tokens podcast. Like I said before, let us know who's surviving out here in these captured streets against the worst villains like Mike Myers, Jason, Freddy Krueger, and of course the Leatherface family. But as always, we have been the Arcade Tokens. We will see you next week. I have been Patrick Cloud.
Cleo Thomas, I give Mr. Slick Lip.
I mean, Anomaly, thank you, Kadeem, always for being the tech guy and giving us all of this greatness. And shout out to Joe Grizzly, bitch, and Icon.
Joe Grizzly in 5. I'm telling you, you put that man up against anybody. He win in the 5 matches.
Play it to close out the podcast real quick. Just let him know his name.
Let me get Joe Grizzly set up. Oh, here we go.
Put him in Smash Bros.
Let me introduce myself. I'm Joe Grizzly, bitch.
And we will catch you next time.